motherfuckers. How is it going, my Shepherd Squad? My name is Wanzi Burnett and welcome back to the Eon World Trophy. Now this week is week 6 and we are up against AutoMatthic and the Nijmegen Nuzleafs. If I've got your team name wrong, I apologise. I'm just going by what I think European pronunciations are actually like. If I've got it wrong, do feel free to correct me. I always want to learn, but from what I've managed to research into how the Dutch pronounce their J's, Nijmegen. If I've got it wrong, I'm very sorry, but I'm up against the Nijmegen Nuzleafs, and it's piloted by AutoMatthic, who is a very, very, very good battler. Very, very good. I believe he's been in the WBE. I believe he's been in quite a few big leagues, and he's got a very spooky team this time round. So I'm going to pop his team on screen in 3, 2, 1, boom! And the team that he has got has Tapu Koko, Gliscor, Diggersby for a trio of ground types, Gengar, Greninja, Rotom Heat, Alomomola, Druddigon, Persimmon, Gothorita, and Mega Scizor. Big problem. I have nothing that can deal with Diggersby, I have nothing that can stop Tapu Koko, and I have nothing that really wants to switch into Greninja. So this is already going to be a very, very fun matchup. Now, as you can tell, I had to go a little bit crazy with my prep this week. I'm not going to do an in-depth team builder. I never ever do. But what I will do is I will just give you a brief overview of what everything was here for. As you can see, my team that I've brought is going to be Mega Burnett, Zapdos, Crocodile, Goodra, Sylveon, and Bellossom. And the reason that I've gone with those lot is because I had no hope in hell against any of his offense. I had to have Mega Burnett here because I had to try and outspeed Scizor. I had to try and outspeed Diggersby and Koko and get burns on them early, or try and Destiny Bond to take something out. Otherwise, I was over. Burnett was literally like insurance policy. That's what Burnett does. Mega Burnett is here for insurance policy. So the team that I brought, I've went with Substitute, Thunderbolt, Hidden Power, Ice, Roost, Zapdos with enough speed to outspeed Gliscor, and the rest pumped into special attack and a few into random defenses. The reason I've gone with this is because I can PP stall Toxics and Overheats out on the Rotom Heat, and I find that that's the best way to run this Pokemon in this matchup. I can substitute against, say, Mega Scizor because it can't really break my subs that easily. If it's not fully attack invested and going for something like a Throat Chop or a knockoff, and even if it is and I'm subbed, I don't think it breaks my sub. Probably does, but I don't really know too much. I didn't calc that, but this seemed like a good set. It seemed like it had enough pressure and speed to outspeed things that it needed to outspeed. I considered going with Z Metal Sound here, but I realised that Z Metal Sound was a little bit too situational in this one. Z-Metal Sound raises Zapdos' special attack while obviously lowering the opponent's special defense by 2 stages, but I just figured no, Sub-Roost is the way to go. You need Zapdos around for a long game. That's cool. We've also gone with Mega Burnett here with Adamant Nature, but most of the EVs, 236 in HP, 172 in defense, 92 in special defense. That is so that I can take specific hits. I don't die to a Wild Charge from Koko. I don't die to a Thunderbolt from Koko. I don't die to an EQ from Diggersby. I don't die to a lot of things because I want Mega Burnett to be able to switch in and then threaten. If needs be, I want Burnett to be able to switch in and take a Wild Charge or switch in and take a Volt Switch just to get the thing on the field. I've gone with Destiny Bond, Will-O-Wisp, Shadow Sneak, and Knockoff, just so we can hit things and have a little bit of priority later on as well. Knockoff is always useful utility, and Destiny Bond stops an potential sweep from, say, Diggersby or Greninja late game. I've gone with Choice Scarf, Moxie, Crocodile with enough speed to outspeed Rotom Heat, and the rest pumped into attack and HP. We've gone with Earthquake, Stealth Rock, Stone Edge, and Knockoff. Stealth Rock on a Scarfer is not normally my style, but I had a feeling that we were going to need Stealth Rock in this matchup. So I needed to fit it on somewhere, and I didn't need a 4th move on Crocodile, so we just stuck it on there. Now, fun sets. I've gone with an Assault Vest Goodra with 220 in HP, 252 in defense, Modest Nature to give it a bit more beef, and the rest pumped into special attack and special defense with Fire Blast, Sludge Bomb, Thunderbolt, Draco. The reason we've gone with that is because we needed a way to switch into Koko. This set switches into physical and special Koko and takes not that much damage from either. Assault Vest stops Dazzling Gleam from ripping through it, and the defense investment stopped me from taking massive damage from a Brave Bird and a Wild Charge. Now, the good thing about having GUI on this set is that I can play some mind games. I know I cannot outspeed Koko after a -1 drop. He knows that there is a possibility that Goodra can do that with the right investment. I am not the right investment, but he's not going to be able to tell because the difference that I would need to get the speed that way is so negligible, he's going to assume that all the time. So I can assume he's going to assume I'm going to outspeed after a GUI drop, so I can pull mind games that way. I was playing some 3D chess out here. But this Goodra is the only thing I have to switch into a Koko. It's the only line of defense I have against the thing because I have nothing for Tapu Koko. And I mean nothing. I looked through my entire squad. Koko hits everything on it super effectively, or just 2-hit KOs it. Or even 1-hit KOs it. Koko was a threat I needed to prepare very carefully for. Also, I've gone with Sylveon here, which is bold nature, physically defensive. It's got the Kevia Berry to deal with a poison type attack. It's more specifically from Greninja because it can pack the Gunk Shot. And we've also gone with Hyper Voice, Wish, Protect, and Sunny Day. And the reason we've got Sunny Day on here is because our final member is Bellossom with Z Strength Sap, Timid Nature, 232 Speed, 244 HP, with the rest in Defense and Special Defense, and 0 Attack IVs, 30 Special Attack IVs, 30 Speed IVs, with Strength Sap, Quiver Dance, Giga Drain, Hidden Power, Fire. Good thing about this set, if I decide I don't want to Z Strength Sap, I can just see Giga Drain. Z Strength Sap raises your defense while also lowering the opponent's defense, lowering the opponent's attack. So it's essentially 2 Intimidate drops, which is absolutely ridiculous because this was the only thing I could think of that would be able to actually threaten that heavily. I've gone with the Sunny Day just in case I need to go for the Z Strength Sap on Koko, Greninja, or Diggersby, because I can't outspeed them naturally. With a Sunny Day up, I can. Doesn't need to be Heat Rock boosted, don't need it forever, just need it enough to get a Z Strength Sap and then maybe 1 Quiver Dance or 2 Quiver Dances depending on what the situation is, and then we can live Giga Drain so we get that passive recovery when we attack, Hidden Power Fire to hit the Mega Scizor, and that is the team. Very, very interesting team I brought this week. I think that's probably my most proud prep. I think that's the prep that I'm the most proud of in any game ever. Either way, I'm going to have to play well with it because even with all that prep, I still don't have the matchup. And that's still going to be an incredible pain. So I'm still worried I'm going to take the big L this week. But yeah, let's see what happened when we took on AutoMatthic and the Nijmegen Nuzleafs. I'm going to do this one post-comp again, just because it was really late at night and my partner was trying to sleep again. So yes, he's going to lead with the Mega Scizor, and I'm going to lead with Mega Banette. So we're going to lead both of us with our Megas. Mega Banette seemed the safest lead, and this seemed like the best time for me to get the Mega off. Now, he's going to be worried about taking a Will-O-Wisp early on, and he's going to pull the switch out into his Rotom Heat to absorb that Will-O-Wisp. Whereas I'm just going to pull a hard switch out into Zapdos. I did not want to take a knockoff or something from that thing really early, and I just figured, why not? Now, early game, I wanted to try and get a few predictions in. I had a feeling this thing was going to have Toxic, and I was going to outspeed it, so I go for a Substitute. And yeah, Toxic just bounces off of my Substitute. Nothing doing, you're absolutely fine. I get a bit of Lefty's recovery. And here, I wanted to try and bait out the Volt Switch, because this thing was like, oh, I can Volt Switch, break the sub, it's fine. So I'm like, no, you can't. I'm going to pull some shenanigans. I just wanted to get into his head. I wanted to pull a few shenanigans. I could have easily just gone for a Roost or gone for a Thunderbolt and tried to chip it down there, but I thought, why not? I will pull the hard switch. Now, Crocodile went for Stone Edge just in case he wanted to try and stay in. He doesn't. He goes out into the Scizor, and it does negligible damage, and I feel like I've won the early exchange there. So I'm going to go out into Zapdos because Scizor, I'm not going to stay on a Choice Scarfed Stone Edge against it, and if it U-turns against me, I die. So Zapdos is going to... This is going to be a theme. Whenever Scizor comes in, I'm going to have to go out into Zapdos, and I'm going to get chipped down by U-turns or bullet punches or whatever you're going to have it. So he goes for the U-turn here, starting his momentum train. Now, this is what I was worried about. His team has so many options for momentum, and he's going to go out into the Koko, which is going to threaten me out immediately. Now here I had to make a guess. I had to have a guess at what his set was. I thought I could live a Thunderbolt. I thought I could live a Wild Charge. So I figured, you know what? I'm going to click Roost. And he clicks U-turn and over-predicts with his momentum game. Obviously that's going to do nothing, and he's going to have to be careful with what he switches in here, just in case I've gone for a Thunderbolt or a Hidden Power Ice. I reveal the Roost, back up to full health. We're winning this early exchange. He's got no damage on any of my mons, and I've got a little bit of chip on some of his. So I'm not too disappointed with that. Here I just go for a Thunderbolt, because I thought, I want to see what this thing's set is. Let's actually attack. We can't win unless we attack. And he's going to go for the Volt Switch, which is going to do 52 damage, and he's going to switch out right out into Cheeks, the Diggersby. Now that is huge, because this Diggersby right here is such a threat. I have nothing that can switch into it. I need to hit this thing, and I need to hit it hard. However, I go for a substitute because I think if this is Scarfed, it's probably going for a U-turn, thinking that it can threaten me out. Or if it goes for Ice Punch, say La Vie, I'll go into something else. So I sub as he goes for a Sword Stance. This is great. This is fantastic, because now I'm guaranteed at least 1 Hidden Power Ice. 2 if I get if he doesn't get a max high roll on his +2 quick attack. So I'll go for the Hidden Power Ice. We do land in 2-hit KO range, which is amazing. So he goes for return, breaks my substitute, bonk, absolutely fine by me, and my substitute's going to go. And I'm thinking, okay, if he quick attacks from here, he has a chance to kill me. I'm at 105, he has a chance to do that. And I'm not fully physically defensive. So we go for the Hidden Power, and he doesn't go for quick attack, so we're going to bonk this thing. Diggersby, such a threat to this team, is gone. I had nothing to take hits from it, and we've got rid of it early. We have won the early exchange. That is huge. Diggersby out of the way, that gives me a lot more room for maneuver. So, Sparkman comes back out. And at this point, I'm like, okay, he's not just going to U-turn on me here. He has to hit me with an attack. This is where we go into Goodra. So we're going to switch out, and we're going to find out what kind of set this thing is running. It might have been especially offensive with U-turn. So we're going to switch into Bojangles, and Wild Charge is going to come out, proving to me that he is physically offensive, because that did a lot of damage. However, Gooey Shenanigans. He gets the speed drop. He doesn't know if I'm faster or not now. So he's going to assume that he isn't. And he's going to pull the switch out. I thought maybe he would go into Mega Sizzle here, because Sludge Bomb is a thing. So I go for a Fire Blast, and he's gone into the Rotom Heat, so I do nothing. Now I wanted to see as well, how much defense has this thing got? How well does it take a Draco? So we're going to drop it. He's going to go for a Toxic, which is not great on Goodra. Not great on Goodra at all, but if anyone's going to take a Toxic, probably needed to be Goodra. Goodra was only here to take one attack from Koko and then die, just because I wanted to reset the momentum and give myself another chance. So yeah, he's going to go for the Draco, and he's not going to put it into KO range of that, I'm afraid. So we're at -2, we have to switch out. I had a feeling it was either going to be Pain Split or Volt Switch here, so my best option here had to be Passport, had to be Crocodile, and he goes for a Pain Split, which isn't too bad. I could easily have been Willowed there, or he could have gone for Overheat and bonked me for massive damage, so that seemed like a win for me. Here we're going to go for the Stealth Rock, just because I noted that he had limited removal. This thing and Koko were his only options for removal. Possibly the Gliscor, but I had a feeling that wasn't going to want to do it. So we're going to go for Stealth Rocks, as he is going to go for a Toxic. Now, I don't know if he thinks that we're Scarfed or not yet, so I'm just going to have to pull a switch out here. I'm going to have to pull a switch out, because I don't want to be Choice Scarfed into Stealth Rock. And we're kind of stuck against this Rotom otherwise. So we're going to switch out here, just to get ourselves out, and we're going to go out into Fernando. The only thing I could think that wanted to really take a hit. And he is going to also withdraw, because he doesn't know if I'm Scarfed or not. He didn't know. And he's going to go out into Metal Man, which is awful. Awful. Because we did not want that at all. We have to pull another switch. He's easily going to go for a U-turn here. So Reiner's going to come out. And he's easily just going to be able to go for another U-turn. And he's going to reset that momentum back in his favour, so we can get out into Koko. So that is awful. That was not a good situation to be in. He's managed to claw a bit of momentum back, and we are struggling again. So Sparkman's here, and again, Sparkman is back, but you can see it's getting worn down. Electric Surge is back up. That's fine. whatever you need to do. But that Stealth Rock, when it comes in, is going to be huge. He's physical. He's going to be attacking with Brave Bird and Wild Charge. So any bit of residual damage is going to be fantastic. We're going to go out into Gudra here. And he's going to go, I believe, for the Wild Charge, which is not going to kill me, and it's not going to leave me in toxic range, but it is going to get the gooey drop on him, which he's not going to want to take. So here, he still thinks that he's not faster than me anymore. He still thinks I'm going to hit him. I'm just going to go for a Sludge Bomb, just in case he wants to do something silly, and he's going to switch out into Nuggies to take the incoming hit. So yeah, we're just going to go for a Sludge Bomb. And we're going to hit this thing, and it's going to do a decent amount of damage. Bonk. And we are going to land the poison, which is very nice. 30% poison chance. We'll take that. It's going to negate this thing's leftovers and make it a little bit less reliable. So with poison, with Stealth Rock, that is going to be huge. Bojangles, you've done a good job. You've reset momentum on Koko twice. And this thing's going to go for a Volt Switch. I was actually very, very curious as to how much damage that actually did. That must have been like 5 or 6 health. On a different day, I might have even lived that. That might have been funny. So he's going to go right back out into Koko. He's going to take a bit more Stealth Rock damage. So you can see we've managed to chip it down to half. And here we're going to bring out Kigu. We're going to bring out Mega Banette here because I feel I can Will-O-Wisp this thing. If I Will-O-Wisp this thing, that is huge. I can get rid of its ability to hit me incredibly hard. And if he goes out into Greninja to negate the Prankster, I can just switch out into something else next turn anyway. That seemed okay. So we're going to go for a Will-O-Wisp. And we're actually going to connect. We're going to murder this Koko's attack stat here. And we're also going to get even more residual. He's going to go for the Wild Charge. I wondered why he did that. Look at that. We take that. We take those, boys. We take those. So yeah, I wondered why he decided to go for the Wild Charge there and not just switch out into Greninja straight away. And he's going to go for a Roost here, as I'm just going to go for a knockoff and just get rid of whatever item this thing is holding. And it's going to be very, very fun. So yeah, we're going to go for a knockoff, and we're going to reveal that this thing is Magnet. So Magnet was the item there. So F's in the chat for the Magnet. It's now gone. So that's why the Wild Charge were hitting as hard as they did. We're going to reveal Sneak here, and we're going to do a bit more damage before this thing decides to U-turn out. And that's going to put it in range of another Shadow Sneak when it comes back in with Stealth Rock damage and Burn. That's fantastic. So he U-turns, and he goes out into Ted Hankey, which is the Gliscor. Now, it didn't get its Poison Orb activated here, so I felt it was something else, but I didn't want this thing firing off offensive Earthquakes, so we're just going to go for a Willow. So, Mega Banette's come in, burnt 2 things, massively crippled the Koko, and this thing's going to set up its Stealth Rocks, which isn't great, but it's not the end of the world for me. That is not... I'm not planning on using much things that want to deal with Stealth Rock damage that much. So, I'm not dealing with Stealth Rock weak Pokemon here. He's going to go for a Toxic, and I'm going to go for a knockoff here and see, well, it's obviously not going to be Toxic Orb, and it's actually Yarshay Berry, so that's fantastic. I know that my Zapdos outspeeds this thing. I know that I can now maul it with a Hidden Power Ice. So I'm going to switch out here, not going to go out into Zapdos, I'm going to go out into Sylveon, because this is where I could sense I had a chance to do things with Bellossom. I sensed that there was a chance here. He goes for a Toxic, I'm like, that's actually fine. That gives me more opportunity to get off a Suicide Sunny Day. A Sunny Day Suicide attack. So I'm going to slowly start getting chipped down. I'm actually going to go for a Wish here. And this Wish isn't because I want to pass it into anything. This Wish right here is because I want to make him think that I'm going to switch out next turn so I can peg it with a Hyper Voice. So that's literally the game plan. Mind games over to this Gliscor. I want to make sure this thing thinks I'm trying to Wish Pass, I'm trying to keep my team healthy, I'm going to go out to Zapdos, so I want him to try and Toxic me again. Boom, it works. So I go for a Hyper Voice. As you can see, it's going to do over half. That is a 2-hit KO. And next turn, I get my Wish back, get a bit of Toxic off, that's fantastic. So we're slowly getting worn down. The Toxic is racking up, and it's going to hopefully be able to work in our favour. He's going to go for it again, thinking I'm going to switch out this turn. I'm just going to kill it. I don't care. I want this thing gone. Gliscor's down. That's another barrier to entry gone. So Fernando's now getting worn down by Toxic even more. We're at 117, and he's going to bring out the Greninja. Now I'm expecting a gunk shot here. The Toxic will take me out after a gunk shot, so I just click the Sunny Day button. I click it here. He reveals he's got Z gunk shot with an acid downpour, and I was thinking, oh god, I've messed up here, haven't I? I've absolutely messed up. He's going to go for the acid downpour. And this is where I thought that Sylveon was gone and my whole strategy was now failed. But we live. Physically defensive. Can be a berry. We live. Suicide Sunny Day. And it's time. It's time. Fernando goes down to the Toxic. Gliscor navigates a kill on it. In comes the secret weapon. The unexpected. Expect the unexpected. Bellossom comes in. It's got the chlorophyll boost. We're going to immediately go for the Z Strength Sap. Give me that defense boost. Bellossom here is going to do her grassy dance. Boosted my defense. Go for the Z Strength Sap. Boom. Give me that attack stat, baby. You want to gunk shot me? Watch this damage. Watch this damage. Watch this. 50. The 46, sorry. 46 damage. And he knows, oh god, I'm done, I'm done. Let's go out into this thing. And we're just going to go here for a Giga Drain. We're just going to go for a Giga Drain. Get a little bit more health back. It doesn't kill. It doesn't kill. So Bellossom is denied the kill on Rotom. Bellossom is denied. And Goodra is going to get that kill from beyond the grave with the Sludge Bomb Poison. So that's a kill for Rotom. And Bellossom is ready. Metalman.exe comes in. We still outspeed because we still have Sunny Day. So I'm just going to think, okay, Hidden Power Fire. Get rid of this thing. But he's going to play quite safe here. He's going to switch out and he's going to go out into the Greninja. And he now knows that I've got the Hidden Power Fire as well. So that's good prep on good play on his part, predicting my Hidden Power Fire. We're going to pop it off. It doesn't do anything, but we still have one more turn of Sun. We're going to use this one turn of Sun to go for a Quiver Dance. I believe it's a Quiver Dance. It might be a Giga Drain. I can't remember. It's been a while. I think it's a Giga Drain, actually. I think we go for the Giga Drain this turn. No, we go for the Strength Sap. I was completely wrong in every sense of the word. I don't normally do that. Yes, I go for the Strength Sap. Bit more health on me. Look at that. Back up to full. Fantastic. Sunlight is gone, however. And I realise I can just end this game right here and now if I go for Quiver Dance. It's going to go for Brave Bird. And it's not going to do too much because this thing's burnt and it's lowered attack, 30 damage. It's not going to kill itself to the recoil, but we are going to set up with Quiver Dance. So that's 2 kills that Bellossom has been denied because of status conditions. But we are now at +1, +1, +1, +1 with the defense boost. And Bellossom is going to clean. Bellossom is going to clean from here because he has the Greninja, which dies to a Giga Drain. He has the Sizzle, which dies to a Hidden Power Fire. So yeah, it's going to gunk shot on my Bellossom. And you're going to see that defense boost comes in so handy. We live it easy, and we're going to kill this thing with a Giga Drain. Bellossom getting its first kill of the season. Cleaning up late game. Absolutely buzzed. I was so pleased with this. And finally, Sizzle is going to come out. Sizzle, this Mega Sizzle that started the game, is now the final thing to hit the field. It's going to go for a Bullet Punch. Going to see how much it's done to me. That's nothing. Mega Sizzle, you ain't doing nothing to Bellossom. Bubbles don't care. Hidden Power Fire. Boom. That is the game. And that is a 4-0 victory against AutoMatthic and the Nijmegen Nuzleafs. So, yeah, you can imagine how I felt playing that. I looked at that team and immediately thought, okay, that's it. All of my worst fears are here. I don't know what I can do. I had to try and win some early mind games just to give myself a bit more confidence during the game and kind of make him be in his head a little bit more. And that worked. And I've somehow managed to come away with the victory here. I almost feel like I've I didn't deserve to even have a chance at winning this game, and somehow I've managed to do so. So I am more than happy with how this turned out. Bellossom, the MVP. Bubbles. Bubbles, darling. Call me Bubbles. Everybody does. Yeah, I'm absolutely buzzed with that. That was a fantastic game. I genuinely didn't even think I had a chance, so to come away with a victory there is fantastic. And now we've rectified our early season slump. We've gone from 0-3 to 3-3. Back in the playoff race, baby. It's not over till it's over. So yes, that is going to be it for this week. And next week we're going to be playing against 6-foot hacks and the Durham Druddigons. So last time I played Leo was in TBU, where I won with a stockpile lantern. Lived an earthquake from a Landorus, killed the thing with an ice beam. That was a long time ago. We've both changed a lot, and it's going to be a very, very interesting rematch. So yes, we're going to have to play a team that are second in the table currently. If we want to make playoffs, we're going to have to win. So thank you very much for watching, guys. If you have enjoyed this, do be sure to go and check out Auto. Fantastic, fantastic content. Very, very good Draft League content. Very, very good battler. If you ever want any tips or tricks, go and watch him. He's amazing. I will leave a link to him down in the description below. And in the meantime, look after yourselves. Don't forget to hit that like button, that subscribe button if you're not already. And I will see you in the next episode of whatever I make. So thank you for watching. Look after yourselves, look after each other, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye, guys. Mwah.